everybody, and welcome to the channel Crossing the Spiritual Streams. My name is Tandra, and today we're going to do a Tarot Pick-a-Pile card reading, and it's going to be on what is blocking the relationship. And hopefully we'll get some good messages and maybe some advice today on that. If you're unfamiliar with Pick-a-Pile tarot readings, it's basically there are 4 different piles to choose from. And it's a good idea to kind of go with your gut instinct, and whichever pile is drawing you into the most, that's the one that's a good idea for you to go ahead and watch. Here in a few moments, I'll tell you a little bit about each pile and what's on them, and there will be timestamps in the description so that you can go to your pile. But before we get started on that, I just wanted to remind you all that if you have not done so already, to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you can be notified of future videos when they come out. And if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. That helps out the channel a lot. It helps YouTube know where to send it or to share it with other viewers. And if you can share the video and leave comments in the comment section, that's also very useful to us, and we appreciate it greatly. And if you'd like to donate to the channel, there's a link in the description to PayPal. So let's look at these piles here. We have pile 1, and I put a ring on it that has a nice, wonderful little, almost heart swan shape to it. Okay, and then the pile 2 here has a solitaire diamond looking ring with some diamond chips on the side. Pile 3 has a nice opal looking ring with accents of silver on the side. And then pile 4, we put a double set of rings that have diamondy type looking stones in there. All right. So we have pile 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we're going to give you a moment or so to reflect on the piles. And remember, go with your gut instinct, not which one is more visually appealing to you. You are welcome to watch more than one pile, and this is a timeless reading. So we look forward to seeing you, and the timestamps are in the description. Hello, pile 1. Welcome to your reading. You guys are the ones who chose the ring with a nice little swan heart-shaped diamonds in it. Okay, and remember, this is on what is blocking the relationship or holding it back in some way, shape, or form. We have our pile of cards that we chose earlier, and then we also have the Love Oracle cards, and we have some charms that we'll go ahead and we'll pick some of those later. All right, so let's see what we've got here. We've got the 5 of Swords, the 6 of Pentacles, the 5 of Pentacles, the Strength card, the Death card, the 10 of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, the King of Cups. Okay, we got some emotional things going on here. All right. We also have the 1 of Pentacles, and we have Lover card. Okay, and then let's see what Love Oracle card we have coming here. Whew. Kind of going a little bit everywhere. All right. Let's see if one pops out for us here. Oh, nope. Not yet. All right. Let's see. Don't do a lot of shuffling on camera because it usually takes a long time. But every once in a while I like to do... Well, we got 2. Let's see. Maybe there's 2 good messages here. We got children. Your love life is being affected by children. And make the effort. Great love is worth taking steps you're guided to take. And that also has children on the cover too. All right, those might be interesting messages that we can look at here in just a minute. Okay, we do have the King of Cups and the Page of Cups. And the Page is very much a dreamer. He's idealistic. He's very sensitive, dealing with an inner child, naive, innocence, those kinds of energies. And then we also have the King of Cups, who's very wise, diplomatic, a good counselor. He's devoted and he's an advisor. Okay, so I kind of feel like this is kind of interesting, but I feel like one person in the relationship that you're thinking of is still kind of innocent and childlike necessarily. Uh, I kind of thinking that that's kind of where we're going here. We have lots of child symbols in here. We've got the Six of Pentacles where you've got, somebody, giving amount here to children. So we have a little bit of child energy there. We have the Page of Cups, which is the child innocence type of energy. And then we also have, the children in these cards that are reflected in these cards here. So I feel like maybe somebody in the relationship is somewhat innocent or childlike, or maybe not taking things as seriously as they'd like. Maybe their heads are in the clouds a little bit. And I feel like this might have to do with finances quite a bit, because there's a lot of Pentacles cards here. There's the 1 and the 10, the 5, and the 6. So there's a lot of Pentacle cards that just a lot of times deal with finances and money. And with the different energies we got going on here, we have the 1, which is always the start, the new beginning. It's a very nice, card in a lot of ways. But then we have the 5, which is kind of a lack or feeling of lack or not having enough. And then we have the 6 where, he's being generous and he's giving some out. And then we have the 10, which is actually kind of the pinnacle of having everything that you need. So I feel like one person in the relationship might be kind of frivolous with their spending money. Maybe they give it away. They spend it on things. Maybe another person in the relationship might feel like there's not enough, and so they're a little miserly. They feel like they got to hold it back. The other one's a little bit more generous and gives it out. And what's interesting here is I feel like that is a conflict that actually can be resolved, that actually can be changed. And it says your love life is being affected by children, and I see that somebody's giving money to children here. So maybe there's a person in the relationship that's giving too much money to the children, or doting on the children too much, or spending a lot on the children in some ways, giving too much to the children, and that might be affecting the relationship. But also with a good thing here, though, this relationship is about what's blocking the relationship, and I think that might be a block. If it's being affected by children, besides the money situation we're talking about here, these children are wonderful and innocent, and have their puppies and stuff, but they might be taking up a lot of energy if there is children in the relationship. Or I do feel like for a few of you that one person wants children and the other one doesn't, and that might be affecting the relationship or kind of blocking it a little bit. But that's where making the effort, great love is we're taking the steps you're guided to take. So if you're guided to take steps, either to having children or to doing something with finances, if you feel like you need to, give away some of your money because that's what you need to do, then that's what you need to do. But if you feel like, maybe you need to put them on a budget or change something or do something like that, that's what you should do too. But it is worth the effort. This is a good relationship. This is one that can go forward very easily. There is that innocence, that, frivolity and all, but we also have the Death card, which is a change card, which means that things can change in the relationship. And I see the two going together with the Strength card here as well, in that things can change slightly, and I and I'm not even sure they need to change much, to be quite honest, because I feel like it's just different points of view that are going on. One person thinking one way, one person thinking the other. So it's not even that a lot needs to change, just that you need to understand that different people are looking at the world from different ways. And I thinking the death card is kind of the change, and then the strength card. You notice how one is being very loving and caring with the other one, and now there's this beautiful partnership together. And I feel like that kind of goes along with here. You notice how he's being very loving and sweet to her here. So I think that that's kind of where the effort needs to go. I'm thinking I'm thinking you need to make the gestures of love and friendship and understanding that they have their own point of view, their own innocence, their own things going on. And also, I almost feel like one person in the relationship is kind of the childlike figure, and maybe you feel like you're showering them with a lot of gold or finances, and that's making you have this lack, or you feel like you may not have enough to give them enough. And that's kind of where you're going. And I think that person might feel, they have their head up in the clouds. That's where this Five of Swords is. It's also another change card too. So I feel like this is something that might need to change just a little bit. But I feel like one person in the relationship, and this could be you, this could be them, so it could be either way. So you kind of have to be honest with yourself here and think about it just a little bit. But I feel like one person in the relationship does have kind of that innocence and their head in the clouds and idealistic. They're a dreamer. They're maybe a little bit naive, that kind of thing. And that's shown with this Five of Swords because their head, their mind is up in the clouds, and the kind of a dreamlike quality here too. And so I feel like one person is kind of childlike, the dreamer, the innocent kind of person in the relationship, and the other one may not be. And that's kind of what's blocking what's going on in the relationship. That's kind of what's blocking things just a little bit. But I feel like just love and understanding and tenderness and that kind of thing will help relieve that block and will help move it forward, because it's kind of a minor block, to be quite honest. It's something that it can very much be worked through. It's something that can happen. We do have some charms here. Let's see if we can get just a little bit more clarification on this, or maybe a little bit more advice. Kind of mix them up real good here and see if we can pull out a few charms. Okay, well, we did get the money bag figure, so I still feel like money is maybe a block in the relationship. That was kind of with all the Pentacle cards as well. I do feel like how money is coming into the relationship, how it's going out, how it's being spent, how much there is kind of a big deal. And that's actually kind of can happen for a lot of relationships. Money sometimes can cause relationships to kind of stagnate or block or have difficulties or issues. And I'm thinking that is definitely a strong thing that's going on in the relationship right now. But I think that is still something that can be worked through, because we do have the 10 of Pentacles here, and that basically shows that you have all that you need, or that you can get all that you need, or that all that you need is coming. So I do think that even though money might be an issue, it might be causing issues. It might be something that is making, is blocking it in some way, because maybe there's some fights over it. Maybe there's some issues, because we do have the dragon here, which can show some fighting, aggression, passions flaring up due to this kind of thing. And I'm thinking that that can be overcome. I think it's not insurmountable. Okay. We also have PSNC, or now this is interesting. I think the SPCA, even though the A is not here, I think of once again animals and children. So one of you all, especially maybe both of you, are very caring, loving spirits, and, really care a lot about animals and other things. But these might be initials. They might mean something to you specifically. So if you get a message from those, great. We also have this gambling little kitty here. And I always see this as that free spirit that going forward, kind of, that whole innocence that all the other cards were talking about, that playful energy, that, jumping around, being very innocent and playful and whatever. And so I think maybe one person in the relationship isn't as serious as the other a lot of times. We also have the circle here that says perhaps love, and I think that goes along very much with these other cards here of making the effort, and the strength card, that the love and the bond that you have is pretty strong, and you should be able to, if you just use love, that you can work through this block, that it can go forward very easily. That love is the key here, and that just show love to the other person, and they'll show love to you, and then you should be able to get past some of these frustrations, some of these issues that are going on. All right, I think that's all I have for pile 1 today. I hope you liked the reading. Please give it a thumbs up, share with your friends and family. Check out our other videos on the channel. We have lots of different pick-a-pile readings on lots of different topics, as well as other videos, including a tarot reading course. And we'll see you in future videos. Bye-bye. Hello, pile 2, and welcome to your reading, those of you that chose the solitaire ring. And let's see, we do have some love oracle cards we're going to pull here. We also have some charms that we'll pull a little bit later. And remember, this reading on what is blocking the relationship. So we'll see what kind of messages we have. We have the Two of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, the Emperor, the Queen of Pentacles, the Justice card, the Six of Pentacles, oops, flipped around, the Four of Pentacles. Wow, the first two piles have lots of pentacles in them. And the King of Pentacles. Wow, King and Queen, okay. And we have Letter. All right, let's pull some love oracle here and see what message we might have. Attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Okay. All right, now let's see here. Let's see where we're going with this pile here. Actually, it's interesting because what I'm thinking of here is I don't think there's a lot blocking this relationship. I don't think there's a lot that's causing it not to be able to move forward. You have the Two of Wands and a Five of Wands, and those deal with passions and that kind of thing, and the Five can be a change or very much an aggressive, a lot of fighting type of card, and the Two is kind of maybe a decision, maybe going out on a journey or having the world in your hands, but a lot of reflecting kind of thing. And so maybe there might be some reflection or choice to make, or some fighting that's been going on a little bit, and that might be what's happening. But I really feel I'm not so sure that I think of it more of there's a lot of passion in the relationship, that there's a lot of passion there. And maybe you're holding it back a little bit. Maybe they don't even know you feel that way. That's possible, because with the Two. But you attract, by what this is saying is you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So just by being you, you can attract this. But I feel like there's almost an equal partnership an equal type of thing with the King and Queen of Pentacles here. That's interesting because Pentacles deal a lot with what we care about in this world, what matters to us a lot in this world. It often deals with earthly matters and finances and business and that kind of thing. And there are a lot of pentacles in this reading, so some finances could play a part in this relationship, but I really feel like you guys are on equal footing here. We have the Queen and the King, and the Queen is very generous, caring, they're good at business, they're sensible, they like luxuries, okay, that kind of thing. The King, he's full of abundance, he's very ambitious, he's kind, he's practical, he's a provider, he's good at business. So I really feel like you guys are kind of equal in this relationship. I feel like, and that's where the Justice card makes me feel that way too, because it's a balanced energy, okay, kind of between the two. So I'm thinking that this might actually be a financial relationship. It might even be a work or career partnership kind of relationship, because this might have been a soulmate reading, but you can have soulmates that aren't your actual lovers, okay? So if this is a relationship that you're thinking of, if this is the soulmate, or even if you weren't thinking of it, but it resonates with you now, so it makes sense to you, because this is a pentacle-driven reading here, and so I can kind of see it as there's money going on in this relationship a lot. There's a lot of money flowing in it. And since you're both good businessmen, I could see you both being in partnership together, maybe in business or working together. And maybe you want more than that. Maybe that's who you're thinking of. Maybe there's more to it. But I see a lot of partnership energy with the two, the Justice, the King and Queen of Pentacles. We also have the Emperor card, though. And the Emperor is, once again, he's kind of interesting because he's another justice doling out kind of person. He's also the number 4, which is a stable home type energy. So I still feel like you guys are very much equals in this relationship, because we also have the 6 and the 4 of Pentacles. The 4 is a little bit of a miserly or worrying about holding on to things a little too tight kind of energy, but I really feel like in this case it only came up mostly because it was a 4 and it was a pentacle, which is kind of a little different. But I feel like it just shows 4s deal a lot with your home and, you know, stableness like that, and you do have kind of that energy with these 4s, and the 6 is also another stable energy. It also means that you have enough to give out to other people, and the Ace is a beginning and a new start of things. So I think, I really feel like for a lot of you, this is a business relationship or partnership, that you guys are in partnership together in business. That doesn't mean you can't be lovers. It doesn't mean you can't be together. It just means that that is something that you guys work on together. You're equal partners. And if you're not in business together, you're just equal partners in the relationship together. You're just, you know, both equal, which is a good thing. And it's a good passionate relationship as well. You guys care a lot about the relationship and what goes into it, and what you're working. If it's work related, you're passionate about your work. If it's home related, you're passionate about your home. You really care a lot about your home. We do have the letter card here, which might show that there might be some messages coming. Also, this card has it written in other languages, and I noticed it said brief, which is interesting because you call a legal brief letters, what you're going to give out to the court, a legal brief. And with the Justice card, it kind of brought up that kind of lawyerly thing to me. So maybe there's some lawyer stuff going on, or maybe you guys are lawyers, or there's some sort of court thing going on, and that might be an issue. But I really think it's interesting. I keep feeling like partnership, and that you guys are partners, and that you guys are equals in the relationship. So I don't see a lot blocking the relationship, which is kind of interesting, since this was supposed to be a reading about what is blocking it. But maybe it's good to know that nothing really truly is blocking it. That might be a good thing too. Maybe, there was a thought that, maybe you thought there was, but you weren't sure, and you thought, okay, I'll check it out, and then come to find out there really isn't anything blocking the relationship, because I don't think there really is. I really don't get that feeling. Let's see, let's pull some charms. Maybe we can get a little bit more clarification, or a little bit more messages, or something that might resonate for specifically for a few of you together. If there is any problems in the relationship whatsoever, it would be money related, or legal matters, that kind of thing. But I'm just thinking that for almost all of you that's not even really an issue or a big thing, or what's happening here. Okay, let's got all kinds of little things thrown here. All right, we got the 1, which is once again a new start, new beginning. Kind of, so we have the Ace of Pentacles, so that's kind of interesting that we have some 1s there. We have beautiful and friends forever, which is great, that you guys are going to be close together. But, maybe you guys wanted the relationship to be a little bit more than friendship, and, maybe that's what's blocking it a little bit. Maybe you wanted it to go farther on, but maybe that's not what your relationship is supposed to be about. We also have the Dove with a letter. So I really feel like you've got some messages coming here. You've got a message coming, a letter, email, something coming in the mail, somebody telling you something. There's a message coming here that has to do something. There's something important that you're going to find out in a letter or message or something. I really feel like, because that came up twice in the reading, so I really think that must be important, at least for some of you. But I think for a lot of you that must be important. We also have the double tennis rackets, which once again I think shows a partnership and back and forth and equals, playing. I get that feeling with that. So I really think that that's how you guys' relationship is. You guys are very much equals. We also have some more Wands energies. We have the Queen of Wands again, and we have the 5, which is a change card to a point, or can be. So there might be some changing coming in the relationship a little bit. But once again, it's what you're passionate about. It's what you really care about. It's that kind of energy. It's what's, going on. We have some letters here. We have an O, an R, an I, and a B. They might be initials, or they might mean something to you specifically. Don't know. Might be able to make some words out of them there. Not sure. We also have the Lantern, which I always see as things coming to light, or light guiding your way. Or I also think of the Hermit card, where he goes off and finds light, or the Moon card. They have lanterns, and it's because they gain knowledge. And so maybe with this message here, you're going to gain some knowledge, or something that's going to be useful to you for this. So be on the lookout for that, because I really feel like you're going to get some information that's going to be useful to you, to maybe help move things along differently, or that kind of thing. We have the Fox and the squid here, or the octopus kind of energy. Once again, it's another stable energy. It's another 8. So it's another even number, which is kind of interesting. That might feel like things are going in all different directions, because octopuses have all these different hands, and maybe things are just kind of going a little bit of everywhere. And I almost kind of get that energy with the Wands card up here too. Because once again, you had the 5 of Wands twice, and this one's full of a lot of dragon energy, fighting and aggression and that kind of thing. But it also has to deal a lot with just what you're passionate about. So just keep in mind that there might be some change going on, and maybe that means it's going to become a more passionate type of relationship. Maybe the relationship you guys are in right now isn't very passionate, but maybe it's going to turn that way a little bit more, and maybe that's kind of what the 5 of Wands was kind of showing there. The Fox just kind of shows just some cunningness, or some, once again, I kind of see the knowledge thing, because foxes are very smart, and I kind of get the knowledge from the letter and from the lantern. So I think that's kind of the energy. I also, with the 2 1s here, I think that once again might be a new start, new beginning. So maybe that's just kind of showing that maybe things are going to kind of start going a different way, and you're going to have a new beginning towards things that you care about and the things that you want. And so that's kind of interesting for quite a few of you. So think about that, and we can go from there. All right, I think that's all I have for pile 2 today. I hope these messages made sense to you and they resonated with you. Please give the video a thumbs up, leave comments in the comment section, and share with your friends and family. And we look forward to seeing you in future videos. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile 3, and welcome to your reading. You guys are the ones who chose the opal stone with the silver designs on the side. And we also have some love oracle cards here and some charms that we'll get to a little later. And remember, this reading on is what is blocking the relationship. Okay. All right, let's see what we have here. We have the 8 of Pentacles, the 8 of Wands, the High Priestess, the Queen of Swords, the Judgment card, the King of, or Knight, the Knight of Wands, the Queen of Cups. Wow, lots of queens. High Priestesses, a lot of female energy going on here. We have the 8 of Pentacles again, and Fidelity. All right, now let's pull a love oracle card here. Oh, well, that was fast. New love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Okay. That's an interesting card there because we got the Fidelity card here. And in a love relationship, fidelity would mean being true to the person that you're with. And if a new love has come about or somebody else has taken, you became interested in somebody else, that might be blocking what's happening because, okay, a couple of different scenarios here. One is the new person who you've taken interest in is your soulmate, is your person you're supposed to be with, but being with the person that you're with besides that is blocking it. That can be pretty obvious and kind of there. Or it could be that your soulmate connection is there, but somebody else has kind of gotten your attention right now, and you are paying more attention to them than you are your actual soulmate or the person that is your soulmate. So that's kind of possible there. I also feel like for a few of you, and this is for a very few minor of you, because of the images on this card, is your soulmate may have passed on, but that doesn't mean you can't still find love again or that you're not connected to other people. But or your mate has passed on or somebody, and now you've got a new love interest, and maybe the fact that maybe you're feeling like you're by the new love interest, maybe the new love interest is another really close connection to you and somebody that the relationship could go forward, but maybe you are feeling like you're not being faithful to the person who had passed on. So that's for a few of you. That's not for very many of you, but that's just for a few specific ones of you, and you will know who you are when you run across it. Okay, we have 2 queens here. We have the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Cups. And we also have the High Priestess. So I feel like there's a lot of female energy going on here. Even with this 8 of Pentacles, there's a female energy. I feel like there's a lot of, and that doesn't mean that you're not that you have to be a female to watch the reading or anything. It just means that I feel like that type of energy is playing a big role in the relationship. The Queen of Swords is a very principled, independent, objective kind of person, okay? But they're very independent, all right? And then we also have the Queen of Cups, and she's compassionate and kind and supportive and a counselor kind of person. And I'm thinking that you're a very independent soul, okay? Uh, you like to go out and do things. You like to do things on your own. You know, we have the Eight of Pentacles here, both of them, where you're very hard at work a lot. You spend a lot of time at work. You're alone. You're working on your own projects, the things that you do, and you spend a lot of time doing that. And um, it's okay to be independent, and that's great. Even the Knight of Wands will show that independence as well. Because, you know, the Knight is kind of rebellious, hot-tempered, free spirit kind of energy, okay? So even that shows that. And so I feel like you guys are that kind of energy. You guys have that free spirit. We've got the Eight of Wands, which is, once again, everything, you know, charging, going out. You guys are free spirits, independent. You do a lot of things that you like to do the way you like to do them, and you're a little hard to pin down. Okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. That's a good thing, actually. But that could be causing some problems with the relationship, because you do spend so much time at work. You are alone a lot. You are independent. You don't rely on others that much. You don't do other things. That because of that, I'm thinking that it's a little harder for you to maybe make this relationship go on. It's a new kind of relationship that we're looking at, and I think you're just maybe not sure how to fit in with another person again. Because I'm thinking that you've been independent for a while. You've been on your own for a while. You're a free thinker, free spirit kind of energy, and I'm thinking that this new relationship might be a little bit difficult for you because it is so new and it's so quick and it's whatever. We do have the High Priestess energy, and the High Priestess is very knowledgeable, is good at giving out information, good at giving advice and things like that. And I think there's somebody in your life that you can go to and get advice from. I think you have that kind of person in your life, and I really think that maybe going to them and asking them for advice might be a really good thing to do right now, because they know you, they know your situation. We also have the Queen of Cups, who's another counselor type figure. So I'm really thinking that getting some help from somebody in your life who is that counselor kind of figure in your life, who's somebody who can help you work through some of these feelings, some of these thoughts, some of these things that you have going on, would be useful. Because we also have the Judgment card, and I still feel like some of you are afraid of being judged, especially by people that have passed on. So I think for a few of you, I think that goes with this card here. I think for the few of you that have had somebody that has passed on and you're afraid of being judged by being interested in this new person, you're afraid they're looking down on you and going, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? What, you know, what about me, or whatever. If those are the thoughts that you're feeling, I really feel like, first of all, that's not the way they're looking on you, and they wouldn't want that for you. And second of all, I'm thinking that if you keep staying in that mindset, nothing will ever progress forward. And that's not the way life is. That's not the way life is supposed to be. You're supposed to move forward in life. You're supposed to go forward. And if you have somebody in your life who can be a counselor to you, or even a counselor specifically, somebody who actually that's their job to be a counselor, you know, go talk to a counselor. There's nothing wrong with that. And I'm thinking for some of you that that might be some very good advice, because I really feel like it's your own thoughts and feelings, and you know, feeling like you need to work and be on your own and do things on your own and be by yourself, attitudes and feelings, it might be what's blocking it. I think that's kind of shown with all of the cards here. I feel like that whole energy you have of being independent, being on your own, being alone, being you know, doing everything by yourself, and all of that, I think all of those type of feelings is what's blocking this from going on. And I think you kind of want it to go on. I think that's probably why you clicked on this reading. You know, somebody has stirred your romantic feelings. There's somebody that you're interested in and you would like for it to go on, but you're not willing to kind of move forward and do that because of all these other things. Let's check the charms here and see if there's any other specific messages or anything else that might help us with our thoughts here. Help us know where we're going and what might be some useful messages here. All right, we have some cards here. We have the 8 of clubs, the 8 of hearts, and the 2 of spades. So, and the 7 of spades. Okay, so the spades are what's holding us back. Okay, because it's our mind. It's what's in our mind. It's what, and the spades is very much a decision. The 2 of spades is a decision. So you're trying to make this decision. You're not sure where to go. You've had this decision go on, and you're not sure which direction to take, and that's been kind of what's happening here. And so I'm thinking that that's by the 2 of spades. We also have the 7 of spades, and the 7 is kind of a blockage number. It's our fears, what we're worried about, and that kind of thing. And they're quite often unfounded fears. And so I think it's your own fears, your own worry, your own, whatever it is that you've been worrying about, I think is kind of, what's going on there. Then we also have the 2 8s, and 8s are kind of really nice energies. They're spiritual energies. And we have the 8 of hearts, which is the cups card, but emotions and feeling great, and the 8 of wands, which is very much our passions and our spirit. And by being 8s, they're we had the 8 of wands over here as well, and the 8 of wands is that very much that things being shot out into the universe very quickly, very fast. And so I feel like this love that you're thinking of, this new relationship, has hit you very quickly. It's come on very suddenly, and it's very fast. And because that's kind of, you had that twice, but it's also an 8 of hearts type of moment, which is a wonderful, fulfilling, having all of your cups in a row. We have lots of 8 energies here, which are spiritual energies, but they're also getting towards completion energies. They're also finishing things up. The 8 of cups, the traditional card shows the cups kind of stacked up all in a row, getting things neatly. And maybe that's where you guys kind of have this thing of, you feel like you need to get everything in place, in order, set up just right, before you can go on. And that might be what's kind of blocking things, or kind of, because you guys feel like you got to get everything all stacked up nice and neatly before you can move forward, and that kind of thing. But we also have the dove message here. And I kind of feel like that kind of goes along with this card here for the few of you that have had a loved one that's passed on, because I kind of see this as a spiritual message, and that they are sending this message to you personally and specifically. And I think the message is, it's okay. I really feel like that's the message I get. We have 2 letters here, if. I and an F. If I do this, what will happen? And I'm thinking that that's where you guys, you're stuck in the if. What if? Well, don't be stuck there anymore, okay? Because we have beautiful here. This is very beautiful. And also make a wish, success. So, make your wish. The 8 of wands is very much kind of a wish kind of thing too, because, they're shooting these ideas, these things out into the universe. Sometimes it can even mean like, starting new ventures and other things like that, because it's just all being shot out. All these wands are flying through the air, they're being shot, and that's kind of, where that is. And it deals a lot with your wishes and what you want. We also have the wonderful little fairy, the nice kitty cat with the heart, and Santa Claus. And these kind of mean to me dreams and wishes, love with the heart, and Santa Claus, which is getting your dreams or getting your wants and wishes come true, because Santa Claus is a gift. You get your gifts, you get what you've been hoping and wishing and waiting for. And so that just is a wonderful tie-up message of wish for it, love, and get your reward, your present. It's all there. It's all right here. It's all shown right here. You can get that. It's all there. So don't let these things hold you back. Don't let these thoughts, fears, worries, tendencies of yours to hold you back, because I'm really thinking that they don't need to. It's not something you can't overcome. Like I said, go to that counselor type person in your life. If it's a mother, an aunt, a grandmother, a friend, or an actual counselor that you pay to go see. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Whatever that counselor type person is that can help you work through some of these things and feelings, because this is some beautiful stuff you have going forward here, and it's just so awesome. I'm so happy for you guys. I really hope everything works out great and that you find everything that you're looking for. That's all I have for pile 3 today. I really hope this resonated with you. Please give the video a thumbs up, share with your friends and family, check out our other videos, and we'll see you in future readings. Bye-bye. Hello, pile 4, and welcome to your reading. You guys are the ones who chose the double rings here that have kind of the diamondy-like stones. And remember, this reading is on what is blocking the relationship. We do have some Love Oracle cards here, as well as some charms that we're going to pick out a little bit later and see where we're at. All right, let's see what kind of messages we have. We have the King of Wands, the King of Swords. Wow, 2 kings. Okay. Justice card. Showed up in a lot of readings today. The Knight of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the 7 of Swords, the 9 of Cups, the Ace of Swords, again, wow, okay. We have the 5 of Pentacles, and then we have Thief. Wow, that's interesting with that card. All right, and let's pull a Love Oracle card here. Kind of getting all mixed up. That one right there. Soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. Well, what a good little answer that is there for. So maybe some of you were not very sure about the person you were thinking of, whether or not they were your soulmate or not. So there you go. There's confirmation right there for that. It's interesting how we have the Thief card and the 7 of Swords in the same reading. Because the 7 of Swords, he's kind of stealing the swords and running off with them. And the first thing that kind of came to my mind, I heard, right off the top of the bat when this came to my mind was that they stole your heart almost, or somebody came along and stole your heart. So I think for some of you that will resonate, that will make sense. But we also have the Justice card here, so I think there might actually be some type of legal matters involved in this in some way, shape, or form. Either the person gets in trouble with the law or deals, with people who steal, or they're a lawyer or a judge, or they work in the court system, they're a prosecutor, or so either they can be the thief kind of energy, the ones who kind of do some wrongdoings and kind of get in trouble with the law, maybe in very minor type of things, or maybe even for good type of deal, or it could be somebody who deals in the law. And maybe that's just confirmation for some of you, since it says that this is your soulmate. Maybe you weren't sure, and maybe you're wanting to know, so maybe that's just confirmation for a few of you. But I'm also kind of, thirdly, so we had kind of a couple of different things going on there, but thirdly, I'm kind of seeing here too, with these Ace of Swords, and it's doubled up. Aces of Swords are ones that can kind of see through any kind of deception or problems or things that we're trying to be hoodwinked over. And so if you guys have some situations here where somebody is being kind of sneaky, or not being totally upfront with you necessarily, or or not telling you everything up front, you can kind of cut through that. You kind of know that that's happening. You know that they, might not be telling you everything that's going on, or that there may be more to the story than what is out there and what's happening. And you guys have that. You're able to do that. You already kind of know what's right and wrong here, what's going on. So you already know that. And I'm thinking that this message here for you guys is you guys already know this whole situation. You know what's going on. You know what's happening. You know that they're the right person for you. You know their flaws. You know their faults. You know what they deal with, and that's okay. You can kind of go along with it. This reading is just a confirmation reading, really. This reading is just, hey, you guys already know. We also have the Five of Pentacles here, which deals a little bit with worrying about or being a little bit downtrodden, having suffered some loss, having to deal with not having certain things. And with these thief energies here, I feel like maybe you've had some losses, you've had to deal with some things being taken from you, that kind of thing, and maybe that's why you can kind of cut through the bull crap, okay? Because you have that energy. And maybe you weren't sure that this person was your soulmate because maybe they're kind of difficult. We do have some energies here that kind of might show that. We have the Knight of Wands, the King of Wands, and the King of Swords. They're all very good energies, but I also kind of get that mischievous kind of energy. We have the Knight of Wands, which knights are always kind of the ones that are out there just, they go out and they do things. The Knight of Wands especially, they're very energetic, they're charming, they're rebellious, they can even be hot-tempered, and that kind of thing. And so maybe this person that you weren't sure was your soulmate, maybe the thing that's been blocking it is that they go here, there, and everywhere and move very quickly, and maybe that's hard for you to deal with, and you're just like, wow. Or maybe, like I said, they are maybe a little sneaky, maybe not totally upfront with you, maybe, not totally truthful, and that's difficult for you to deal with. But you can cut through all that, and so I think that that's okay. I think that that's, whatever they do, you can cut through it. So I don't think that's a major obstacle. I just think it's one that's been very difficult for you, and maybe one that you've had a little trouble working through. We also have the King of Wands and the King of Swords. And the King of Wands, you can see the big picture. I kind of feel like maybe that's you guys. You guys can see the big picture. But they're also full of a lot of daring and boldness and that kind of thing, and can make decisions. And I think you guys are kind of that person. You guys have that energy where you can do that. You can go out and do that. And then we have the King of Swords. They can be they have high standards and they're strict, and I feel like that's kind of also you guys. I think you guys are kind of both of the kings in this scenario. I think you guys might have a lot of discipline. You might be kind of strict. You have a lot of integrity. You have a lot of authority. You kind of represent the Justice card here too. And so maybe if they kind of are on the wrong side of the law a little bit, or more mischievous, or maybe lie a little bit, or they, run amok once in a while, maybe that's a little difficult for you because that's not the kind of energy that you exude a lot of the time, and that might be kind of what's blocking things. But as a lot of people say, opposites attract, and so just know if they have that kind of mischievous or a little less than moral energy, and I don't mean this in a bad way. I don't mean they go out and murder people or steal from people all the time, or do all these other things. I'm thinking of it more as a little bit more of a free spirit quality, a little bit more of willing to do things that aren't straight and narrow. They might go on the other side. They might be willing to make decisions that might be slightly morally ambiguous a little bit. They might, it's usually for the greater good or for a better kind of thing too, I feel like. So I don't necessarily feel like these are bad people or, society would want to lock them up and say, forget you. I don't feel like that. I feel like it's more, you are a straight-laced, moral, go on the track kind of person, and this person is not that way. And so because of that, you are, like I said, you can see through the bull crap, you can cut through things. You're, very much straight as an arrow kind of person. This person isn't that way, and they're a little bit more mischievous, a little bit more different, a little bit more, and that's kind of hard for you. But that kind of can what make life. That's kind of what makes life kind of interesting, though, and kind of cool. So, and it's kind of cool here too because we've got the Nine of Cups, and it kind of shows her. She's been drinking a little bit. She's been kind of partying. She's just having a good time. She's let her hair down and relax. And you know what? I'm thinking that's what you all need to do. I think that's the advice that's going on here. Y'all need to kind of just relax up just a little bit. That's kind of, if that's what's blocking it a little bit is the oppositeness of the two of you, that I think relaxing a little bit will help with that. It will help fix that block and that energy. And, maybe you weren't sure that that person was your soulmate because they are so different than you and you guys have so many different qualities and things go on. And you're like, gee, has this really been the person who's been my soulmate? And it's like, yes, they are, first of all. And second of all, enjoy what's cool about them. Enjoy, what you love about them. Enjoy their differences from you, because that's what helps makes you complete, actually. It's kind of like the yin-yang energy going on between the two of you. Is that's what's making this soulmate connection. This is very much a soulmate reading. You guys are soulmates. You guys have that. But it is the yin and yang kind of energy. And so just kind of know that. And I kind of, that's kind of interesting here with the two rings too, because, you're a pair, you're a match set that goes on here. Let's pull a few charms here and let's see if we have any other messages or if there's anything else that might be useful to us here or tell us a little bit more. Okay. Let's see. We've got the W and the I. Might mean something specifically to some of you. We have hope and believe. Oh, see, I like that. And the dragon energy. And the 4 and the money bags. And we also have the key with the cross in it. The key just shows, to me, in this reading specifically, is you guys have the key to each other's life and hearts. They're the key to your fulfillment in life, and that's kind of where I get that from. The 4 is a home, family, love, mother kind of energy. So I really feel like this is a relationship that could be very fulfilling in your home. Also might be a profitable one with the pentacles here with the money bags. I'm thinking that this might be a good profitable relationship as well. Then we have the dragon energy, and that's kind of the fiery spirit. It kind of, to me, shows the differences between you. And that might cause some fussing and fighting and passions flaring and things like that. And I kind of just see that symbolism going on there. But then we also have hope and believe. So if you have hope and you believe in the relationship, it can definitely be strong and tough and go forward. I see this as a very lasting relationship because you guys are soulmates. You guys are meant to be together. You just have to believe in it, and just understand that you're not going to be the same, and that's okay. Relish in those differences, relish in that passion and that fiery spirit that you bring out in each other, and go for it. It's going to be a very loving, cool kind of thing, and I just feel like, that's okay. That's a good thing, and it's so awesome. But don't let your feelings of differences hold you back. Just enjoy it. Enjoy life, enjoy each other, enjoy the person of who they are, because they're going to complete you. They're going to help you be together. I kind of saw here, we didn't have the end, but I kind of saw win. And there I see this as a win situation. I'm not sure. I also think that there's some specific messages there that some of y'all are going to get out of the I and the W together. Um, so hopefully you all will know what I'm talking about there, because they're not coming through to me, but I really feel like there's some that are there, and that you guys are going to see them. Okay, I think that's all I have for pile 4 today. I hope this reading was good for you, and give it a thumbs up. Please share with your friends and family. Check out our other videos, and we'll see you in future readings. Bye-bye.